All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Outdoorsman's Garage. We got a project to do today. And there's only a few things about my truck I don't like, and one of those has to do with the interior, in a way. There's something missing. Let me get this camera turned around, we'll get to the truck, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, let's take a look in here. Okay, so for the most part, this interior is in really good shape for being 27 years old. However, this headliner has been replaced. The guy that sold me the truck told me that they had just replaced the headliner like a couple of months before they sold it. So that's the good part. That's like the really good part. Aside from my junkyard floor mats, those things are badass. I love those. But the one thing that this truck is missing is a center console. Now, because I have a bench seat, I can't just go to the junkyard and get the center console out of a Yukon or a Suburban or something like that. I wished I could. I mean, I suppose I could if I wanted to cut it down and all that. I ain't trying to do all that, all right? I have no intention on getting rid of my bench and putting buckets in. So that idea is out. I do have something else in mind. But like the biggest thing is cup holders. Now, yes, I do have 2 cup holders, but they're pretty much useless. The openings are way too big for any of the coffee cups or anything like that I use. So we're just gonna leave this this built-in cup holder thing right here for the cell phone stand. And leave that for the wife and kids little masks that they wear into the store. But I got an idea for the center console, and I'm gonna show it to you right now. All right, so this is my idea. This is that center console piece that I got out of the junkyard for $5 the last time I went. All right, I think it came out of a Ford F-150, but it doesn't say Ford on it anywhere. It doesn't say F-150 on it anywhere, so that's all I give a shit about. It does have cup holders in here. I think they'll work fine. If not, I can modify it. It is just plastic. The idea is I'm going to cut this off right here because there was obviously another piece of the center console that went with this, but that piece was gone when I found this piece. So what I'm going to do, like I said, is I'm going to cut this off, and then there's a slight angle to the bottom of this. And what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take a sliver out of here and then glue this back together or something. And my plan is to take this here ammo box and bolt it to this piece of the center console, you know, just for some storage space and some cup holders. And that's basically what I have, you know, the idea that I have for this center console thing. Somebody asked me in the comments one time why I don't just make a center console out of wood. I'm not a woodworker, okay? I'm not terrible at making stuff out of wood. I just prefer not to, because I'm not real great at it. I can do it, but if I do it, there's a pretty good chance it's going to look like a retarded monkey built a damn center console. So I'm just going to do it this way. This is kind of a temporary fix. I understand that, but you know, I mean, if I like it, it could just end up being permanent. I don't know. My plan is I am going to get some gray paint, and I am going to paint this box. I'm going to take this handle off of here and paint the box before I attach it to this piece over here. I got some, where the hell are they? Oh, here they are. I got some of these kind of bolts right here. I'm just using what I have. I'm probably only going to need maybe 6 bolts maximum. And then I'm going to take some self-tapping screws, go inside the box, and screw it right down to the transmission tunnel in the truck. Now on this side of it, I've got something else. I'm over here now. I got this piece of bed angle iron, this piece of bed frame, and I'm gonna bolt that like this, and that's how I'm gonna attach this side of the center console to the transmission tunnel right there. I'm just gonna drill a couple of holes in it and call it good. But figured I would take you guys along for the craziness, and maybe we'll get Jimmy to come out and give me a hand with it. I am going to take that Makita grinder over there with that DeWalt death wheel, and I am going to use that with safety glasses to modify this piece of junk plastic box that I got from the junkyard to make it work. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm just using what I have. I'm not going out and buying lumber and all kinds of different supplies to do this. I'm just using what I have, because the main goal is doing stuff on the cheap, using what you have. So this is what I have, so this is what I'm going to use. All right, so this is where we're at. I cut this out, which was this right here, and went just like this. And then I notched both sides of the plastic cup holder thing here. So all I have left to do is drill the holes in the ammo box and in the cup holder, and bolt them together. I am going to paint this. I don't have any gray paint right now, but I don't know. I might be able to wait for that. Either that, or I'll just go and get some cheap ass gray paint. It's basically just a temporary cup holder anyway. So, and we don't need this anymore. But anyway, that's where we're at right now. Bring it back when there's more. Alright, so since I started this and my dumbass didn't start the camera, I just took the lid off, took the handle off the lid, and sanded it down a little bit. And this side of the box is kind of rough, so I'm gonna sand this up a little bit and get that a little smoother. And then we're gonna throw some paint on this thing. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. I really wish I would have made sure the camera was rolling, but what can I say? It didn't happen, so it is what it is. But I stopped off at my least favorite store and picked up some of this ×2 satin gray Rust-Oleum, and that's what we're going to paint this box with. I also picked up some gasket material and a couple of cans of red, which is for another project. But it's the same type of ×2 Rust-Oleum satin paint. Like I said, this is stuff for another project. I just picked it up at the same time. But anyway, what do you say we finish with this one? All right, so let me get this camera good to go for maybe a time lapse or something, and yeah, see how it turns out. All right, let's get to painting. I wiped it down with a little bit of super clean, kind of degreased it a little bit, and because I don't have any wax and grease remover or anything like that right now, so the super clean will do. It is what it is. May not be the way most people would do this, but this is the way I'm doing it. So that's the way it goes. Let's get this shit done. Just gonna do a light coat for the first one, and step it up from there. All right. Well, we'll let this do its thing, and we'll be back. All right. Let's go for another coat. It's not really dry, but it's good enough. My wife came out here and kind of yelled at me for not having the front door open of the garage for ventilation. So it is what it is, and she didn't really like my answer, and I'm not going to get into it, but she didn't think it was funny. That's all right. She'll forgive me eventually. I don't know how many coats this is going to take, but we'll get there. So yeah, now that the front door is open, if you hear background noise from the outside, there's nothing I can do about it. That's just the way it is. Life happens every day for people, and background noise is part of that. So we just have to deal with it. That might be good for now. I guess we'll get that right there. We'll just have to see how that looks here in a little bit. Alright, so here's where we're at so far. Everything's been painted, and I started to bolt it together. I ran out of self-tapping bolts though, so I got to get some more of those. And as soon as I get some more of those, we'll get this thing finished up. But I don't think it looks too bad right now. Looks pretty good. I got for the top of this this lid, I got some pieces from the junkyard. I got this one. This is from the tailgate of a GMC truck, and of course it's a little bit too long, but I do have this one, and that's going to go right in the center, and it's going to dress it up just a little bit. But I'll do that as soon as I can. I had to touch it up with a little bit more paint, get rid of some scratches and stuff, but I mean, it looks pretty good so far. Alright, so I just got back from Lowe's, and I picked up the self-tapping screws that we need. I also got a couple of drill bits for drilling out that angle iron, and I picked those up as well. I didn't really need these, but they were only like $6, so I figured, what the hell. I don't really know what the difference is between these and this, but it is what it is. They got the same lifetime warranty on them, so it is what it is. I'll if nothing else, I'll throw them in the truck and use them for going to pick and pull and stuff with. So whatever. All right. So what do you say we get that center console put in the truck? All right. So here we are in the truck, and this is basically how it's going to sit in the truck. The original position of this thing was actually flip-flopped. The cup holders were supposed to be back here, and the box is supposed to be up there, but there wasn't enough clearance underneath this part of the dash right here for this thing to open up correctly. So this is how we had to turn it. And we got my emblem glued on, and looking pretty awesome. So let's get this thing screwed in and secured to the transmission tunnel. Well, she's in. Don't look too bad. Looks pretty good, actually. The only thing is, it does kind of hit the bottom, it rubs on the bottom of the stereo, but doesn't matter. I got this piece of carpet pad in here to protect me from those two self-tapping screws right there sticking out, but it is fastened to the floor, and it wiggles a little bit, but pretty sturdy. But yep, there she is. Definitely not perfect, but it's something. I kind of wish I was able to get like a center console from a Yukon or something, but it is what it is. This is more unique, I think. Pretty cool.
Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe to the channel to not miss any content like this, because if you don't subscribe right now, do it. You'll miss a lot of our content.